Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we're going to try to have some fun with this video because normally I get to do all the bad stuff. I don't get the cool job like Mr. Guns and Gear over there, get to shoot everything, do full auto Friday, drop promo codes everywhere, and be everyone's best friend. No. Guys like me and Mark Smith and Anthony and stuff like that. No, we got to do these videos where basically we're telling you, hey, here's how you're going to get kicked in the shins tomorrow after you got punched in the mouth today. Here's how you're going to get screwed by this court, and here's what this state legislature is going to do to screw you. And it gets kind of demoralizing. So we're going to try to have some fun today, but we're going to have fun by ripping on the misery of others depending on what state they live in. It appears that the folks over at ammo.com have decided to rank each state depending on how gun-friendly do they find them. So let's geek out on the findings today and spend some time ranking the best and worst gun states in America. Okay, hey, before we get going too far down the road we're going down, all we ever try to do here at Washington Gun Law is educate. And part of educating is also learning yourself. And when every now and then you come along an instructor and you're like, wow, I really like the way he teaches. And that's what I'm talking about when I found Taylor Wright over at Defenders and Disciples, because his online target focused shooting is going to give you a whole new way of thinking about shooting, and it's going to do it in small, digestible, simple English pieces that you can just practice at home. Listen, I like the class so much, I threw myself on an airplane, shagged it all the way out to Tennessee, and got trained by him personally. And now here's the best part, okay? If you want to try this class out and you want to try it out for 25% off, you can either click on my partner page or right down there below and find the link, or you just go to Defenders and Disciples, and if you use the promo code WK25, you will receive 25% off. But here's the catch. This is only good for the first 100 people that sign up or until 9 a.m. Monday on Labor Day out here at Pacific time. So listen, if you're really ready to take your shooting to the next level, if you're really ready to get to the point where you are proficient so that you can protect yourself and your loved ones, please consider signing up for Taylor's class, Target Focused Shooting. Remember to use the promo code WK25. Okay, America, this is what we're talking about today. It appears that our good friends over at ammo.com, and we'll go ahead and link them up down below so that you can follow them, have come out with an article where they rank each state on how gun-friendly it is. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of pay attention to the 5 best states and the 5 worst states, and then we'll leave the other 40 of you. No, we're not going to leave you guessing. We'll give you the rankings on each and every one of you. I do want to hear down in the description box what you all think of the rankings, especially what you think of your state. Now, I've noticed that those of you who live in states that resemble, I don't know, America, you don't oftentimes get onto the channel and be like, woo, tell me how great everything is here in this state. We're awesome and all of that stuff. And I'd kind of like to hear it from you because maybe we can live vicariously through you. For those of you who live in states like mine or Oregon, or then we get into the real part of the Death Stars, okay? We're getting into California, Illinois, New York, Massachusetts, Maryland, places like that. Yeah, it really is just a game of one-upsmanship. Who's got it more miserable than the others? Okay, now according to ammo.com, the #1 state to live in, if you are a lawful and responsible gun owner, that is the quality of life that they're going to provide you as a lawful and responsible gun owner as it relates to their laws and various other living standards, is New Hampshire. I know that many of you thought it would be a state like Texas or Florida or someplace like that, and we'll get to them perhaps in a few moments here. But no, the state of New Hampshire comes in #1. What is the reasoning that ammo.com gives for it? Well, it's this. New Hampshire is a constitutional carry state with incredibly relaxed gun laws and low crime rates. Any citizen over 18 years old who is lawfully permitted to possess a firearm can open and conceal carry. New Hampshire residents can travel to 29 other states with a pistol and revolver license. The state also honors all 50 states' permits. Residents won't need to attend firearm safety course, go through a fingerprinting process, or any other stringent test to obtain a permit. The state also issues permits to out-of-state residents, although they're only valid in New Hampshire. Purchasers are required to pass federal background checks in accordance with federal laws. But what's better is that New Hampshire currently does not have a sales tax, so you won't pay additional taxes on firearm purchases. Those finding themselves in self-defense situations may be protected from prosecution if they are protecting life or property with no duty to retreat. Governor Chris Sununu recently signed into law a bill that restricts the state's enforcement from enforcing federal laws that infringe on an individual's right to gun ownership. Essentially, New Hampshire seems to be the best state for gun owners with low crime rate and minimal restrictions on firearm and purchases. So congratulations, New Hampshire, you came in number 1. What's the number 2 state? Well, that's West Virginia. West Virginia allows those over the age of 21 constitutional carry freedoms, open and concealed, while those over 18 can apply for provisional CHLs. The state offers CHLs that are valid in 38 other states, while those traveling from all 50 states are permitted to carry firearms with their state's license. Residents will need to pass a gun safety course to obtain the CHL. Number 3 on the list, Arkansas. Arkansans are lawfully permitted to open or concealed carry firearms under the state's concealed carry legislation as long as they're over 18 years of age and legally allowed to possess firearms. While permit holders, CHCL, must pass a series of background checks and safety courses, they can legally carry in 37 other states. The state accepts CCWs from all 50 states. Those who want to carry in lawfully restricted areas can apply for and obtain an enhanced CHCL. And the state actually has no red flag laws at the current time. Number 3 on the list, Montana. Montana is another constitutional carry state that allows open and concealed carry with no registration or permit requirements. There's no sales tax in Montana, so your firearms will be a bit cheaper than in most other states. You can also get a Montana CCW to legally carry in 34 other states, while Montana honors 43 other states' CCWs. Montana is also known for some of the best self-defense laws in the entire nation, especially when it comes to the use of lethal force. Number 5 on the list, and then you're going to sit there and go, wow, I'm surprised who was left off the top 5. We'll get to these states, but number 5 on the list, Mississippi. As yet another constitutional carry state, Mississippians also will enjoy permitless carry, and those over the age of 18 will also enjoy the state's open carry legislation, while those over 21 can conceal carry. Civilians interested in obtaining a firearms permit must take an 8-hour training course, but that also means they can lawfully carry firearms in 35 other states. Mississippi recognizes CCWs from all 50 states. Those who wish to carry in restricted locations can apply for an enhanced carry permit as well. Okay, and then giving you the rest of the top 25, so the remaining 20 in actual ranking order, they are Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, South Dakota, North Dakota, Idaho, Wyoming, Alaska, South Carolina, Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, Louisiana, Indiana, Georgia, Iowa, Kansas, Arizona, and Utah. So Utah comes in at number 25, right there in the middle of the pack. Okay, we've talked about the best, now let's talk about the worst. Who all do you think is absolutely the worst state? Well, I think that if they would have done this survey last year, probably would have been a different state, but no, the top spot this year goes to Hawaii. Hawaii is officially the worst state for gun owners. While the state has many unreasonable laws similar to others, Hawaii is also actively defying the Supreme Court and challenging the right to keep and bear arms. Only those with a carry permit may possess a firearm in Hawaii. However, Hawaii does not really issue the permits. That's right, the Aloha spirit trumps the United States Constitution according to the Hawaii State Supreme Court. That is what elevated them to the number 1, or in this case, number 50 spot. Number 2 on the list, probably usually in the 1 spot, so they're probably feeling a little odd standing on the silver medal platform this time, but of course that is the state of California. We don't even need to tell you why the state of California comes in high. All you need to do is take a look at about 10% of the Washington gun law library, because you will see it's about all the crazy gun laws that are being passed and shoved down the citizens' throats in California. Number 3, New York, because probably no state has more hatred towards lawful and responsible gun owners ingrained into their state fabric than the state of New York. While many states have kind of been Johnny-come-latelys into hating on gun owners, no, the state of New York has been doing that for a long, long time. New York is by far one of the strictest states in the U.S. You cannot legally carry a loaded firearm outside your home without an NYPL. You must register all firearms, undergo extensive background checks, and have a permit to purchase. And of course, their history with concealed carry laws are now infamous in the Bruin case. And of course, their response with the Concealed Carry Improvement Act speaks volumes for what the state of New York thinks about its citizens. Number 4 on the list, and candidly, I think I probably would have ranked them a little bit higher, Illinois. And once again, if you want to know how evil Illinois is, take a look at the Washington Gun Law Library. Hello to all of my fantastic friends out there in the state of Illinois. No state hates its citizens more than the Illinois state government. They are absolutely horrible. And if you go back and you take a look at how they passed their assault weapon ban and their gun registration requirements and all of the other gamesmanship that they played with their Supreme Court justices and stacking the court to make sure they had the majority for the ruling, and it goes on and on and on. Hey, it is Illinois, the state that invented vote early, vote often. What do you expect? Illinois, number 4. And then the final state, New Jersey. Of course, New Jersey, also much like New York, very deeply ingrained in their history of just absolutely hating people who have the audacity to want to empower themselves through their Second Amendment rights. As ammo.com points out, New Jersey employs a state firearms department, which may tell you everything you need to know about the small state's stance on gun ownership. Residents can't carry a firearm without a permit. You must first apply at your local police department and then proceed to higher courts to get approval. So that is the worst 5 states. Now, to give you the remaining 20 moving down, and of course, the lower you are, theoretically, the better you are to your gun-owning residents. Those states in the correct ranking order include Connecticut, Maryland, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Michigan, Washington, Minnesota, Colorado, Nebraska, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, Oregon, Delaware, Wisconsin, Vermont, Virginia, Nevada, Ohio, Maine, and North Carolina. And I would say that if you take a look at some of the states that are about 15 all the way up to Hawaii, you will see that many of them are feverishly competing with each other to see who can get a little bit lower on that list. Now listen, they used objective criteria, but there could be a lot more criteria, and certainly there is always going to be some subjectiveness that goes into it. I would love to hear from all of you. You guys all live in all of these various states. Do you have it good? Do you have it bad? Did you have it good and now it's going bad? What's going on? Listen, we'll go ahead and link up the story from ammo.com below so that you can geek out on the story and give them a follow. They put some really good stuff out there. Maybe you got questions about this or something else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights. If you guys want to get a hold of Washington Gun Law, all of our contact information is down there in the description box. Maybe you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here. If you do, awesome. Let's hear about it. Click on that link right there and let us know. Maybe you just want to subscribe to our monthly newsletter. The ability to do that is all down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.